still a little bit more on the right, so coming in a little bit more vertically on her right side. Ground reaction force looks great, so she's only 4% off. Contact time's awesome, so she's getting really good turnover with her leg, with her feet. And then feel free, like if you guys want to kind of play around with it and see how the metrics work, give her some sort of cueing.
Tried to get her to pull her foot up under her, especially when her side on the comparatively. Is it landing more vertical? It's landing more out. Well, I think she'll be exception to so I believe when like stride between you and like step out of force in grams. Because if you land kind of here, then it only measures from here to here. It's not a lot of force versus if you're landing here and then here. That's less. So she's going to try to hold up. You want it under what, like 5? What did I say?
Threshold is 6, I believe. 6% asymmetry.
She used to be like 170 cadence. She probably would be overthrown. That says she had a higher cadence. Go a little faster.
Wow, so now her IPA is really jumping up. So she's at 13% difference. So as she's getting a little bit more fatigued, her right leg is coming in a little bit more vertical. So you can make a call if you want her to like try and do a lighter step on the right side, shorten her stride on the right side, try and fix that IPA.
What does that mean that she's coming in a little bit more vertical?
Yeah, so as she's coming in, so a really efficient runner is going to come in horizontally, right? So during their foot strike. Okay. As she's coming in, she's kind of coming in a little bit more vertical, so kind of stiff legging it, or either more of a heel strike and then her anterior muscles are decelerating a little quicker, so lack of control of that deceleration. So gotcha. Higher IPAs are related to like shin splints, stress fractures, things like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah.
You can also make it where like you plug in your options forward to it, or like make it sync up. Rather than reset. I thought you'd tell me.
How long are you wanting her to run for?
I think we're okay if we go ahead and stop her.
Okay, go ahead and press stop. And then she can just jump off on the sides. All right, so here's just like a quick snapshot of what's going on. Do you have your 0 to 120? So as she's kind of going through it, getting a little bit more fatigued, her IPA is jumping up. That's the only thing that I really can see. You also have your cadence here at the bottom. So 155 steps per minute, 157. Typically the running community likes what, like 180 or so?
Or around 180.
Yeah, so she can take some smaller steps. She's got a long stride, long legs, no problem. And then you have your cumulative report. So this is an average of all of it. So 4% ground reaction force. Remember, that's taken through mid stance. So we're still underneath that threshold of 6%. We don't have best practice recommendations for these numbers. The running community hates that. So we always say just look at it side by side. The IPA is something that we could probably fix or work on with her, especially on that right side. Any injuries or anything like that? I know we kind of touched on that. Any shin pain on that right side at all?
Last marathon
No.
season didn't have a shin issue at one point. Swear you did too. Which knee did we read?
I was gonna say one of her knees. Yeah, her right knee.
so
You
right
had me doing
knee
something to your
was
right leg the other day.
It's a history of
Right
Like a normal athlete. Do you have anything going on? No. So you said rehabbed right knee.
Yes, right knee.
What was going on with it? Just some general knee pain or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where I actually like to do like the run assessment plus like a single leg hop on the AMI and then even the ankle dorsiflexion test, like the ankle lunge. So I could really assess, like I always think this kind of gives me the idea of where to look. And then the AMI helps assist it in like single leg, what is going on. So if she has some knee pain on that right side, we could probably shorten her stride a little bit. Maybe she has some ankle mobility issues. Maybe we need to open that up a little bit because remember IPA, that's going to be during foot strike. So a really efficient runner, they're coming in horizontally. Okay, someone who's maybe having a little bit of knee pain, maybe coming in a little bit more vertically on that. Anything else you guys are picking up off this? I am not a running specialist, so.
I mean, her big things are her cadence being a little high or
Yeah.
a little low, and then looking back at the IPA and just that difference side to side too with it. It's also a little high because it doesn't and I know running community hates it, but doesn't research say like anything about somewhere around 8 grams is increased risk for like stress?
Yeah, I say like I've always been told like that 7.6 is pretty good for IPA. So yeah, I would agree with that. Totally. Anything else?
No, I mean those are the big things on her.
Cool. So go ahead and hit that green button at the bottom. And then you have the ability to save and jump to or save and back to screen. So save and jump to is going to give you all of the intervals, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you just hit?
Save and jump to.
Okay, so it's just going to do this one interval. It's just because the AMI has that. So go ahead and press finish and save. Yes, save and finish. And just know a longer run is going to go a little bit slower from a sinking perspective.
Oh, not bad.
So here on the score, that 4.19, that's going to be an ASI of your ground reaction force. The symmetrical less than 6%, that's your threshold of getting in the green. Okay, then I think amber's like 7 to like maybe 9%, and then the red is like 10%. You can press continue. And then sync all if you'd like. Just know it's going to take a little bit. And then do you guys want to see another interval or do you just want to jump into the manual?
I think doing the manual. Are y'all?
Cool. Do you guys have any relationships with like any shoe stores or anything like that?
I do.
Carry on, take away.
Yeah, this is a great way to be like, okay, let me see you in your Asics. Let me see you in your Brooks. Let me see you in your Hokas, whatever it is. Okay, go ahead and go to subject. Go back into her, view, new test. This will make you go through the whole sensor setup. You don't have to take them off her body at all. You just have to just double check. So rescan sensors, use last sensors. If you press use last sensors, the white will still be on the right, purple will still be on the left. You having fun yet, Isabel?
A blast.
Okay, confirm, yes. So remember on this one, you have a minimum of a minute. You'll press start once she's in that comfortable pace, whatever pace you want to assess. A maximum of 5 minutes for each run, a total of 15 minutes for the entire 3 reps. You have to do all 3 reps as well.
Those shoes and you gotta go barefoot in the next.
You could do like an incline to see if like her IPA goes down a little bit as she's getting into more of a forward lean. That might be interesting.
Ready? Just comfortable speed.
Wade your neck. So see how you run.
The camera on you can't figure it out.
Like a inverted.
Yeah.
You go down, it like goes up.
I just did one yesterday morning, or Monday morning, and it wasn't. And then
When
it
I
was
opened it up,
already.
And then whenever she's comfortable, you'll just press start.
Are you comfortable with the button? Okay.
Let's start there.
And so there's your timer at the bottom. You're not able to hit stop until it turns to a minute.
Make her do the parachute jump. I want to do the parachute. You do it?
You have to
All right, so you have the ability to press stop if you'd like. So now you can make any type of correction you want. Put her on an incline, put a band around her, whatever you want to do. When you're ready, you're just going to press the green button. And then save and continue. And then after making whatever type of change you want, you can press start.
What'd you tell her, Dick?
I put her on a 2-degree incline.
Perfect.
She hates me right now.
Her booty's burning.
Wait, what?
You're sorry. You should be able to change this one.
All right, you have the ability to press stop if you'd like. And then give her something else to do. Her IPA is looking better compared to the interval.
Now we're going downhill.
Oh, interesting. Okay, whenever she's ready in that, you're just going to press that green button, save and continue, and then you can press the start.
That's way too much effort if you.
Yeah.
Plus, my flashlight would end up being on all the time. It already is. Maybe that's why. Look, you suck for that.
I found out it would be like hot, right? Well, hot, it won't. What if you double that?
Oh, that's the same thing. That's what we're discussing.
Those are pretty, like,
I don't want stop again.
And then you can hit stop. Yeah. And then that's her last lap. So whatever you want her to do. So you can press the green button again.
Stop.
Save and back to screen. And then finish and save.
Is there a minimum of lap change?
Do we hit close?
Go ahead and hit close. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Finish
Now
it.
hit finish and save. Yes, save and finish.
You can't. Can you tell them to go run out there like the old one?
Not yet. So right now we're still using.
Okay. So go ahead and press continue.
Isabel.
Think all.
Green.
Oh,
What?
But you can't squat or jump.
And then Carrie, do you guys have the running metrics explained? Did I send that to you last time?
What?
Do you guys have the running metrics explained sheet?
I mean, I have one that I did, but I don't think I have. If you can send me yours.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It's just like based off of like the metrics and all that good stuff.
Okay.
All right, do you guys want to go through the what'd you say?
I have just a cheat sheet thing that I made, but
Perfect. Do you want to go through the report now? Reports? Cool. So the run is super easy. Love it. Go ahead and hit either one. Yeah.
first time it was a 2.
Okay, so this is your app version. Okay. So if you guys scroll down just a little bit, you'll get cadence. At least you should. Yeah. So cadence will be on hopefully the next build. Okay, but here's all your information. So total ASI, this is going to be off of ground reaction force. Okay, so 4%. So it looks like she's having higher GRF on the right side. Remember, that's during mid stance. So as far as higher GRF, that's going to be a little bit more or less muscle control. Okay, so coming through the ground, absorbing that, pushing through from a power perspective, less muscle control. Any way that you think of it, Carrie?
on that higher right, I mean, that's pretty much.
Trying to push off to the left quick and get on to the right more.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing.
Same thing. And then IPA, so initial peak acceleration, remember that's during foot strike. So again, we're pretty high on that right side compared to the left side. So 8 Gs versus 6 Gs. So she's coming in, kind of slapping the ground on the right side versus the left side. So she's coming in vertically during foot strike. Maybe if you guys saw a little bit more heel strike, but definitely coming in at more of like the tibia is going to be in a vertical position. She would be an interesting one to like, I know we have a AMI to compare her single leg hop on her right side too. Contact time. So it looks like she's trying to get off of her right side just a little bit. Now this is in milliseconds. So it's really not a big difference, 281 versus 271. That wouldn't really be anything that I would focus too much attention on. It's milliseconds, right? But if you do see a drastic difference from like one side to the next, like if they're drastically different on the right side, definitely like some sort of soft tissue, or they're really trying to get off of that right leg versus the left side. Okay. Her cadence is still pretty low, so she could add some more steps in if she feels more comfortable with that. She has some longer strides. But that's kind of what I see. Do you guys see anything differently or?
No, I'd be curious to look at that, her AMI next to that.
Yeah. Let's keep cruising through and then maybe we'll pull up the AMI. So go ahead and hit that back screen. Let's dive into the second rep. Now, if you want to compare them like side by side, you can go into the PDF version.
But so the PDF version doesn't have the cadence and that stuff in it.
Doesn't have the cadence yet. Yeah. Okay, so, oh, sorry.
When is that supposed to come out with this next build?
Next build. Yeah, and he's been building them like crazy. So you guys actually just got a new build, and I think that's probably why your camera's all messed up. So I'm just going to make a note of that. But yeah. Okay, so ASI, 4% from ground reaction force. So it looks like now, yep, same concept. She's a little bit heavier on the right side, but again, 4%. It's not a huge difference. Okay.
This was all-
IPA, measuring in gravity, that's a pretty decent difference. So 6 Gs to 7 Gs, almost 8 Gs. So again, probably the IPA is where I would focus my attention with her. And then contact time, again, it's in milliseconds, so not a huge difference there. 159 for the cadence. So honestly, fixing the IPA, you could really just have her do shortened steps. Maybe put a metronome on her. And that could be an interesting one where you do like a manual, see the first rep, and then second rep, do a metronome.
And this was.
And so that one was on incline too, wasn't it?
That one was on incline, and this
Okay.
one's on decline.
So this one's on going downhill. So ASI dropped. That's awesome. Initial peak acceleration went up, kind of to be expected, right? So foot coming into the ground, slapping a little bit harder bilaterally, but still on that right side. Contact time, pretty even, really even. Cadence 157, so we could still add some steps in there. But her IPA is consistently something to kind of make note of there.
You're consistent.
Yeah. You can handle the downhill.
Okay, so then we would just hit.
So you can go back. Yep. You can go into the auto if you want to see that, or you can see that. Yeah, let's look at the AMI. I'm curious on the right side for the single leg hop and the ankle lunge. Go ahead and go into see more. And then go into the single leg hop on the right. Okay, so the main thing here really is just the pelvis. So scroll down just a little bit. Let's see the trend. So remember, negative means hip to the left. So seeing a lot of positive here. So really shifting into side bending into that QL. Her tibial inclination is actually pretty good. She's jumping and landing with a bent knee, so she must have done really good PT, if she did PT. Valgus number is not super drastic. Let's look at the ankle lunge. I see that's in the amber. So we want the ankle lunge to be about 40. So she's lacking a little bit of mobility here. What'd you say?
She's got a little bit lacking there.
Yeah, so that could be a reason for that IPA number to be high. Maybe we need to work on our ankle joint, maybe open it up a little bit, stretch the gastroc, soleus, all that good stuff. I think when we looked at hers last time, we made a note of this, and maybe it wasn't her. I've trained a lot of people in the last few days, but did we make a note of this and then look at her tibial inclination? Because her tibial inclination was really good. Like she went at 38. So like if we look at her highest here is 35 for mobility. If we go back into that single leg hop again.
That's the squat.
Okay, so she was only at 29 there. Huh.
Pretty consistent there.
Yeah. Her single leg squat, though, that was a difference in her tibial inclination. Yeah, 29. That's really interesting. So as she gets into like an impact, she's able to jump and land and absorb a little bit, but like standing on one leg and it just really dynamically, naturally, like letting her tibia translate over top of her ankle, she's lacking that a little bit. So, I mean, her IPA could be contributed to little mobility issue, could be just the straight up cadence, like taking too long of strides. Her foot's coming out in front of her. She's like heel striking maybe a little bit. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Just based on what she looked like, I think she's heel striking a little bit on that right side comparatively to the left.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So it could be take shorter strides, maybe put a band around her. See if you can create that forward lean a little bit more. Do more of an incline. See if that helps a little. to get her over top of her toes. Interesting. It's a good one. So I
Yeah.
will say, oh, go ahead.
Do y'all have any like AMIs that you looked at? Anything? Okay.
Feel good
Okay.
about them?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think so.
Thank you.
Yeah. What other questions? Anything?
Anything? Just our camera.
Okay, I'll fix the camera. I'll get that figured out for you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going on maternity leave on Wednesday. So next Wednesday, Shauna and Brittany will be here for you guys. I know you have a really good relationship with Shauna. She's like a great runner, like explainer for this. I will send you guys the running metrics explained, and then I'll also send you this video if you want it.
Awesome.
But feel free to reach out if you need anything. Nice work today, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, guys.